Hello everybody and welcome to my Danger Room supplement for my Marvel Heroes 2015 Beginner's Guide. The main idea behind this was to create some really good quality endgame content for a solo player by having a huge variety of different scenarios, variables, challenges, and more within a single system. So without further ado, we'll go right on ahead and get started. If you're familiar particularly with the X-Men comics or the movies, then you probably are familiar with the Danger Room. This is where the X-Men train. The idea behind it within Marvel Heroes is that you have scenario chips that will allow you to go into specific sections of the game and complete different tasks. In this way, it's somewhat similar to terminals, but there's a lot more variability and variety within the Danger Room. The Danger Room itself is listed as a hub within the waypoints, just like any of the story hubs. Once you arrive, you'll see the standard cavalcade of vendors, but in addition to that, you'll also see the scenario crafter, as well as the Danger Room rewards vendor. If you haven't done so already, you should complete the training scenario. This will introduce you to all of the different aspects of the Danger Room itself, and in addition, it'll give you a nice collection of scenarios to get you started. Scenarios themselves have the same rarity progression as most other gear, where it starts off with white, then goes to green, blue, purple, and yellow, more commonly referred to as common, uncommon, rare, epic, and cosmic. There will be unique level scenarios added in later on, once there's a little bit more tuning done. Similarly to the regular gear slots 1 through 5, each level of the scenarios contains a different number of affixes. These affixes are really what gives each scenario its individual flavor and the massive variety within the Danger Room itself. The general types of affixes that you'll see are utility, which help your hero, enemy buff, which obviously helps the enemies, hazards, which are things within the environment that can damage you, and challenges, which drastically change the way your character actually functions within the scenario. Within the tooltip, each scenario will also list the location in which it takes place, any bonus merits that you receive for completing it, and the challenge rating. The challenge rating is just what it sounds like, where the idea is that you can gauge how difficult or easy a specific scenario is going to be. As a point of nomenclature clarification, each scenario contains multiple simulations. When you complete a simulation, then you'll go into the next simulation still within that same scenario. Starting up a scenario is very simple. All you need to do is right-click on it while you're in the Danger Room. Once inside, you'll notice that there's a progress bar at the top of the screen, as well as a death count. There are two main ways of filling up your progress bar. You can complete the optional quest, which is what Danger tells you when you first go in, or you can click the small yellow arrow next to the progress bar to see it again. And the other option is simply by going out and defeating random enemies. Both of these will assist you with filling up your progress bar, but completing the optional quest is highly recommended because it'll tend to give you a fairly large chunk of it, if not the entire thing. Each scenario contains several simulations, at the end of which is a boss battle. Once the boss is defeated, you will go to the room with the loot. The number of loot crates depends on several factors. You'll always get at least one for simply completing the scenario. If you stay underneath the defeat count, you'll receive another chest, and if you have the special affixes that add additional simulations, you'll also receive additional chests for those. As can be expected, if you use the higher ranked scenarios, you will receive better and better loot. Additionally, it's important to note that once you use a scenario chip, it's gone permanently. The only exception to this is going to be the unique level scenarios once they're added into the game. You can try it, and if you're unable to complete it, you can try it again later on. That said, all levels of scenarios can drop as random loot within the regular game world, and they're also relatively common drops within the Danger Room itself. If you need to, you can also go to the scenario crafter within the Danger Room. Making a common or white scenario only costs 2 pure elements of any type. To make each level above that, you simply need 2 of the level previous. For example, to make a green scenario, you need 2 whites. To make a blue, you need 2 greens, and so on and so forth. You can craft scenarios all the way up to the cosmic level. The merits you collect within the Danger Room can be exchanged at the Danger Room vendor. While all of the rewards are understandably themed towards the X-Men, they're actually very decent quality, with some good quality artifacts, uniques, rings, a new team-up, and more. All in all, the Danger Room does a decent job of what it's supposed to do, which is to act as a versatile platform for solo players who still want to participate in endgame content. There's a reasonable trade-off between the time that you spend and the rewards that you receive, plus the trade-ins for the merits are pretty decent. Also good to note is that this is a platform the developers can fairly easily build off of and simply add more and more to it. It's a great way to expand the endgame content for the solo player. That said, it's also important to note that you can go into the Danger Room with a group, and the enemies will scale as appropriate. With that, thank you very much for watching this supplement to my Marvel Heroes 2015 beginner guide on the Danger Room. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to put them in the comments below this video, or you can check out some of the forum links in the description and get in touch with me that way. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you next time.